From First Alert 7 News, with studios in Midland and Odessa, you're watching Wake Up West Texas.
Extra, good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us and waking up with us on this Thursday, but we like to call it around here Friday Eve.
That's right.
Getting closer to the weekend, and ever so slightly, the rain chances seem to be on the uptick. And
they are.
This afternoon, rain, but also, unfortunately, with that this time of the year, the possibility of some severe weather.
Yes, we are watching for a conditional risk later this afternoon, so just make sure you keep an eye on the sky today.
Download the weather app. It's free. Why not? Have it anyways. There's a mobile radar. There's a forecast. But you can also, if you download our First Alert 7 app, watch Wake Up West Texas Extra every weekday morning. Join us on TV on Wake Up West Texas from 5 to 7 a.m. And then from 7 to 9, you're able to join us here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. So download your app on your phone, TV, or tablet, anywhere you go. But now is our time of the morning where we want to know what you think in West Texas. We have our West Texas Weighs In polls, and we have a trivia question every hour that we want you to ask. Answer, I should say. We're going to ask the question. You answer. We ask the questions here.
Right.
Let's see what the questions are. Are we waiting on something? Oh, sorry, that's my fault again. I forget. Our director took it anyways on air without making sure it was ready. No, it's a IP. Let me see. Me? Let's see. No, I'll pull it up. It's fine. We're going to bring it up. Our viewers want to see the poll. We have many viewers waiting to see it, and we're going to bring it to them right now. Here we go. Because our producer worked so hard on it. There we go. See, I got it going. I left the mouse on the screen there just so you know it is a computer. Extra trivia this morning, Ethan. Approximately how many slices of pizza do Americans eat per second? What? That's a whole loaded question, isn't it?
Oh, easily the top number there.
That's what I have to say, right? I'm going to go 350 as well.
350 for me.
Well, I'm going to the website, firstalert7.com/vote. Scan the QR code right there on your screen to let us know what you think. The answer will be given in less than an hour, about 8 o'clock. So I'm going with 350. That is my vote there. Let's see. There's some other poll questions I'm going into answering right now. Let's go to the next one while you answer that, of how many slices of pizza do Americans eat per second. I can eat many slices per second, honestly.
You think you could eat more than one per second?
Unfortunately, yes. I do believe I could. I'll have to test that on Friday for pizza day.
Oh, who's most likely to hibernate through the winter?
I see everyone believes I would. And you're correct.
I wonder how you would decide.
I don't have enough PTO for that. Well, that's not true.
Well, I haven't used a single hour of PTO since I've been here, so I've got plenty of stocked up. Yeah.
Oh, Ethan's got it. He's got a plan. We're not going to see him the whole summer.
Yeah, I think I'm going to hibernate for the summer, y'all.
You should. You haven't touched your PTO ever?
Nope,
since you've been
once.
with the company, essentially?
I've been here for almost 8 months now and haven't used 1 hour yet.
That's incredible. Well, that's good and that's bad at the same time.
I get the experience and I get to be here on Wake Up West Texas Extra
That's
today.
true. I'm so glad you're here too. We're having a great time. Yes, I do believe I would be able to hibernate through winter easily. I'm a very tired person already. I have the time off. Why not use it to hibernate? Ethan, you'd like some hibernation time though. It sounds like you need it.
Yeah, I need the hibernation, I would say. But who's more likely to hibernate? I guess we're going with Matthew today.
We're going with Matthew. That's true. Next one, speaking of, which season would you rather hibernate through? Absolutely 100% for me is winter.
Winter.
I don't like winter. Yeah.
I don't like the cold very much, which was kind of nice to see the change down here this winter because I come from the Midwest, notorious for these big cold spells.
Yes.
But we had a pretty mild winter here, which wasn't too bad. But if I was up in Missouri, winter is the choice for me. I love spring, summer. Also fall, but winter's just not my favorite.
No, me neither. I never have been a winter person. I'm very sensitive to the cold.
I agree with that too. I can relate.
Especially being from the desert.
Yes, I can imagine. And even with someone like me who comes from an area that's usually cold, I still don't like it. And I come down here where it's hot usually, and I love it. It's my favorite.
It's like vacationing in Florida, minus the water and trees.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
green. And
minus everything.
Exactly. Except, yeah, we definitely have the desert dust though. All right, so let us know what you think. firstalert7.com/vote. We have another question we want to bring up on the screen now. Are you a fan of Taylor Swift?
What they call the Taylor Swift fans, Swifties? Is
Yes,
that what they call them?
Which is related to the story we're going to have a little bit later about the word Swifties.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, you actually hit it right on the head. We'll get to that in at some point this show. Probably, I'd say about 30 minutes. It's
Well,
hard
we
to
got
tell.
67% with no. I can't say that I am particularly a fan, but I'm not against Taylor Swift. I don't think her music is bad.
I
but
voted indifferent because some of it is good.
Yeah, I would definitely say that I'm indifferent too, especially because I would say when I was younger, her older music was definitely was more accustomed to my
Yes.
liking back then. I haven't really listened to her stuff recently, so I don't really have too much of an opinion. So yeah, I'd definitely go with I'm indifferent.
I guess I can share my opinion on it. Why not? We're
Yeah.
already here on Extra. The more recent stuff in the last 5 years, I feel like has gotten so in depth. Does that make sense? Like it's so like her old stuff from way back when was very surface level. There wasn't like a lot to read into it. But now, I mean, they have whole podcasts on deciphering the messages within her lyrics, and it's too much for me to pay attention to.
No, I understand that.
So at least back when it was just very catchy.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's just not for me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of artists nowadays are kind of relying on the story-based aspect of
Yes.
their music and really.
Which is good for mental, I
Yeah.
think, critical thinking and whatnot, but a little too much for just the average listener
Oh, I
who's
totally
not
understand.
devoted to Taylor Swift. And I think so many football fans got a little tired of seeing her throughout the entire game for the past 2 seasons, essentially, maybe almost 3 at this point. But we'll see what happens with Travis Kelce. He hasn't made an announcement just yet on coming back to the Chiefs.
Oh, that's right.
So
Forgot about that.
I don't know about that because he didn't end on they had a rough season. I
Yeah,
sound like Jacob Brandenburg
exactly.
here. I'm aware of this at least because they had Mahomes out, so they did not have a good season at all. So I'm curious if he wants to maybe end his career on top. If he's like a Tom Brady situation, doesn't want to retire just yet, especially with Mahomes still on the team as well. He's going to be.
It's
for
always
quite some
nice
time.
to end a career on a high note.
Yes,
So
exactly.
I would understand if he
Like
made
his
that
brother.
decision. Yeah, of
Exactly,
course.
with the Eagles. So that would be a good point on that. But next one, your ideal vacation involves which of the following? I voted the big city.
See, for me, I am kind of all over the place. I can't say that my ideal vacation is a big city. I would love to go to like places like New York and stuff like
That's-
that.
yeah,
I'm,
that's
I'm
for me
kind of
too.
a sucker for architecture, so that'd be kind of a reason why I would go. But for vacation purposes, it would definitely have to be more of like a beach or mountains type thing. But I've never really been to true mountains. Like I've been to the Smoky Mountains, but they're not
Not
like the
like
Rockies, you
Rockies,
know what
yeah.
I mean? And
I
I haven't
haven't
been
either.
out to the Rockies yet. That's on my bucket list next. I think that's if I go on vacation next, that would be where I go next.
And my only experience with mountains is the Davis Mountains, which are not nearly as high
I haven't
as
even been down there either.
Rockies.
and
You'd love it.
Yeah, that's somewhere that I plan on trying to get down to in the near future.
You have time, luckily. Yes, you have to
Yes.
get down there. We have some in our own backyard. They're definitely not the Rockies, but nonetheless, I would like to go to Colorado and see them.
Oh, yes.
I told Sawyer I'd take her up on a trip one day. And going with somebody who's familiar is nice. But yeah, that would be nice seeing actual mountains. I went with the big city. I just like exploring cities. There's so much to see, the weird people you see and things like
Is there a
that.
particular city that you are most interested in visiting?
Something I've checked off a few that I really wanted to. The number one I had always wanted to is Washington. I'd been there now 3 times, all of them for work, oddly enough.
Really?
All of them. So I've been to Washington a few times, for all of them for work. That was the first city I'd ever visited outside of Texas.
Really?
It was, yes, for the honor flight.
Okay.
So that was cool, and I've gotten a couple of times since then. I've been to Atlanta, Oklahoma City, but the city that's at the top of my list has to be New York City. I know
Oh,
it's a
fair
very
enough.
basic answer. Maybe Chicago. That's pretty close to the top because I hear Chicago is wonderful.
I've been to
in certain
Chicago
aspects.
one time in my life, and believe it or not, it was during one of the big snowstorms of the year
boy.
too. And we were driving from St. Louis to Chicago in the middle of it, and there was
That's on my list,
feet
too.
and feet of snow driving between Chicago and St. Louis. It was a couple days I was down there, but it's quite nice with all the snow.
St. Louis is another one that would like to go see the Gateway Arch, the Gateway to the Midwest, as it's called. Really wonderful. I would love to be able to go see that and take the elevator up that goes
Yeah,
sideways.
you can go up
Fascinating.
there. And actually, when you're up in there, it feels like the arch is kind of swaying almost. Like it has
Oh,
that
boy.
sense that the arch sways, which to some extent is true. It does it very slightly.
For the
but
wind, I imagine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It also helps with just stabilization in the buildings.
You know what
they're actually made to do that.
To move a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. You know what I missed out on every time I've been to D.C. is going up to the Washington Monument at the top.
Oh, really?
It was
Haven't been?
COVID every time, or it was
Oh.
just closed for renovations. In 2019, when I went, it was still from the earthquake from years before it closed.
Oh,
it hadn't
yeah.
opened up yet. It'd been years since
Just
it
bad
opened.
timing.
COVID, I went through, and then again in COVID the last time. So the last time we went was for the State of the Union. So I'm not sure if it was open at that time. But Now, something I missed out on, maybe one day if I cover it on a flight in the future, or just go on my own. That'd be something to put on our bucket list there. Let's see, do we have any further questions? No, that's all of them. So go to firstalert7.com/vote. Let us know what you think. We want to go ahead and take a live look outside this morning over the skies of Andrews. Isn't that a nice start to the day outside? A few clouds out there, but overall, very nice start to the day.
Yeah, it is a nice start to the day. Temperatures are also pretty mild. We're like in the upper 50s and low 60s this afternoon. Currently 60 in the Midland, Odessa area, so you might actually be able to get away without a jacket this morning. But temperatures do warm up this afternoon. We'll go back to the low 80s by mid-afternoon. That's still running us about 15 degrees above average. And
still very warm.
I mean, we're getting closer to the official start of spring, but still, it's not even feeling like winter right now. We'll continue to jump around now. We are in Odessa. Here's the live iCam there and seeing mostly cloudy skies there. That's looking to hang around through the afternoon, but it's not going to keep temperatures from warming up at all. As we move around town, here is Fort Stockton. Nice sunrise in the background there. A little more clear there, mostly clear to partly cloudy skies down there. And we'll continue to move around town over towards Big Spring. Look at that view, nice view. Also mostly cloudy over there. And the temperature in the lower 60s. Continue to move around town here.
Presidio, looking great, yeah.
Yeah, looking good. Also mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures down there in the 60s. So nice start to the day, but again, we are tracking those changes in the afternoon and evening. So we are looking at those thunderstorms, but first half of the day looking pretty nice.
That's good. And of course, we'll have details on that in just a moment. I want to take another live look over our nation's capital this morning, where things are not looking nearly as pretty as they are right here in West Texas today. Look at this. This is actually facing the dome of the U.S. Capitol.
Oh, is that right?
And you can't even see it. You can barely see the Senate. If you look closely, the dome is outlined there.
Very dense fog.
Very dense fog. 46 degrees there, 98% humidity.
Yep.
So extremely humid. Extremely foggy out there. Off and on rain showers this afternoon there in our nation's capital, but just kind of wanted to throw in a little nice look there. I was scrolling through some of the images from across the country and I said, wow, it's quite foggy.
Oh, yeah.
There in Washington, D.C. I want to move us over to the White House now, just to get another look there. It's going to flash a little bit. Sorry for that. It does that on this feed here. As it switches over to color bars, and then you'll see the White House. So we can actually see that at least. Dense in some areas, not so dense down in the other part of the National Mall there in our nation's capital this morning, where they're expecting, like I mentioned, quite a bit of fog. But I want to show you some shocking images coming to us right now from Dallas, North Texas. Look at this. Rainfall has left flooding in that part of the city. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Car submerged in some flooded areas, which again goes to the saying, Ethan, turn around, don't drown, because even this evening we may not see a lot, but isolated heavy downpours are always a possibility.
Yes, that's exactly right. Just with one storm that could definitely do an isolated downpour. With Dallas last night, I mean, they saw numerous thunderstorms. They saw one after the other, and so this made it for that isolated flooding threat over there.
Absolutely, yeah. I want to show you the skyline now of the Big D, Dallas, looking great out there as they start the day. You can see this. What does that say on the bottom? Are you willing to...
Viewing this camera.
Oh, are you still viewing this camera? Yes, we are, in fact, viewing this camera. So what I'm taking off with that video is that was a video being fed in, probably from yesterday, because the lighting is so different, is what I'm taking. So that was yesterday's rainfall they saw. Currently, you can still see quite wet out there, a little bit of haze as well to start our day in North Texas. But coming up next here on Wake Up West Texas Extra, meteorologist Ethan Yost will have a look at your First Alert Weather Day forecast, kind of what to expect this evening, but also into the weekend. Looking forward to that as well. Coming up next, stay with us.
Every night at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here. New tonight.
First Alert 7 News is where West Texas turns for what's happening right now.
Reporting at the First Alert desk, I'm Lauren Munt.
And what's happening next.
Well, it is a First Alert 7 weather day.
Bringing the stories important to you first.
New tonight, we'll remember we were your first alert when several
asking the right questions and finding solutions.
Keeping your family safe just got easier.
First Alert 7 is working for you.
First Alert 7 News at 10.
How can you eat this slop?
Hungry for laughs?
My mouth is tone deaf.
Then enjoy 2 helpings of humor.
Here, have some more of my pot roast.
Every weeknight. So whether it's a main dish.
Looks like some mighty good fried chicken.
Steak? Mm-hmm.
Something lighter.
Sandwiches from the mess tent.
Or just dessert.
That's an ice cream churn.
Make way for the ice cream.
Why don't we go to the mess tent? They're serving humble pie.
Get your fill of funny with Nash and Andy.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2. Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
We are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
we track every shift, big or small. And when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Maker's map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
Make yourself known now.
31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on First Alert 7. And then stay tuned for First Alert 7 News at 4. Now, from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's meteorologist Ethan Yost.
We are starting off the day with mostly cloudy skies and mild temperatures in the upper 50s and low 60s, but that's going to change as we head in towards the afternoon. We have a First Alert weather day in anticipation of some isolated, potentially strong to severe thunderstorms later this afternoon into the evening. Here's that hour by hour. And again, we're starting this morning with plenty of cloud cover, but dry conditions, upper 50s temperatures currently, but those are going to gradually warm throughout the afternoon, getting up to the low 80s by about 4 o'clock this afternoon, and after which point we're going to see some thunderstorms develop across portions of West Texas. So we're going to be watching that as well as a severe threat. We have a low end, level 1 out of 5, marginal risk for severe weather for isolated instances of severe hazards, with those main hazards being large hail and damaging winds, especially the large hail threat. That's what we're watching for the most. But again, not everybody is going to receive severe weather, but anyone in the dark green shaded region throughout the day, make sure you keep an eye on the sky and also download our news and weather app for the latest weather updates throughout the day, and also social media. But as it relates to severe weather, we have 4 ingredients that we need to be looking for those severe thunderstorm ingredients. Moisture, instability, and wind shear are going to be in plentiful amounts across the region. Wind shear, by the way, is just the turning of the winds with height. The 4th ingredient, and really the most important, is lift, and we're actually lacking that going into this afternoon, which is going to limit storm coverage. So that's what we're watching right now. So what we know right now is that we have favorable ingredients for severe thunderstorms, but what we don't know is whether storms will form. That's the big question. But if they do form and where they do, that will potentially lead to impacts such as large hail and also some strong winds. So here's the future cast, and you'll notice here throughout the afternoon, plenty of cloud cover out there, but we are going to see some breaks in the clouds by the early afternoon. I think that's going to be the key to get storms to initiate ahead of the dry line. Here's 4 o'clock this afternoon. First signs of storm development across the Permian Basin, but notice very isolated. Not everybody seeing rain at this point, and that'll gradually increase in coverage through the evening and overnight as it drifts off to the east, especially across the eastern Permian Basin here, and these storms will have the possibility of some severe hazards going into this evening. But by that point, by about 8, 9 o'clock, I think most of it already filters out. So just that short time window from about 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock is the most favored time frame for any strong to severe thunderstorm. After which point, plenty of sunshine and clear skies will filter back in for your Friday, but that's going to come just ahead of another storm system on your Friday night into your Saturday. So after Thursday, the focus shifts to Friday night into your Saturday for another set of storms and showers throughout the region. That'll also likely continue into your Sunday and your Monday. So let's get a look ahead at your First Alert 7 10-day forecast. Today we have a First Alert weather day. You can see all that red for today for strong thunderstorms. High of 81 degrees this afternoon. Friday, mostly sunny skies, also a high of 81 degrees. Perfect day really to get outside and enjoy it because this weekend, much different conditions. Stormy and cooler. Highs back in the mid to upper 60s. Back up to 77 for your Monday, 78 for Tuesday of next week, and clearing out the rest of next week with highs generally in the low to mid 70s throughout the entirety of next week.
All right, I have to say this is going to be a different kind of forecast. We're running the gambit from 60s all the way up to the 80s, of course, not in that order. We're cooling off quite significantly, like you said, into the weekend, closer to where we're supposed to be this time of the year. I know it's going to be kind of shocking to drop back down to the 60s, but in reality, it is still winter, y'all.
Yeah, and our average this time of year is right around 67 to 70, so will be right around that average for Saturday and Sunday, but only slightly dipping below. So
wow, fascinating
not even
stuff.
feeling like winter still, even for the weekend.
And again, just to drive home everything, there's so many things that have to come together for any storm to form this afternoon. There's going to be, like you mentioned, a dry line setup, which we're familiar with that here in West Texas.
Very
dry
familiar.
lines, yeah, it happens quite often. So in front of the dry line, towards the east, we have a lot of that moisture already setting up. Even right now, you step outside, you feel the heaviness in the air, the mugginess, if you will. And then to our west, especially later on, we're going to be seeing those really dry conditions, very low dew points, low moisture in the air, very little moisture in the air, setting up for a different kind of threat over in the west.
Yeah, so they all have also an enhanced fire weather threat over there, and that's because it's very dry, like you said, but also it's going to be pretty breezy. And so you add the dryness of the air and the breeze, and that could cause erratic fire behavior if one can get going. And since rainfall's been so little, especially across western counties, we have a lot of those fuels in the vegetation, very dry vegetation, which helps to spark fires as well. So we do want to stress to avoid any activities that could cause sparks, especially across far western counties later this evening.
That's wonderful. Of course, make sure you keep all this in mind, but download the First Alert 7 weather app. It's completely free of charge, and you have a mobile radar, hour-by-hour forecast, as well as the 10-day forecast, plus any updates we provide through, of course, our team of meteorologists with video forecast updates. Especially on a First Alert weather day like this, we'll keep our eye on it through the rest of the day and into the evening with Chief Meteorologist Tom Teefer as well. So don't miss that as we continue on today, but also the possibility of more storms coming up later on this week as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Kind of an active pattern compared to what we have been seeing, because usually we'll get like one event and then it's dry for like 2 weeks. This time we actually have multiple opportunities to see it. So it might kind of give us some drought relief, because we're kind of in a moderate drought right now across West Texas.
So that would be nice. Any kind of, probably not a drought buster of rainfall.
No,
but
not by any means.
Drought
helps. Relief though, yes.
Yes, that'll help out. Well, let's head over and talk now elections. What a night it was Tuesday for the March primaries. It was a close race for Midland County Judge, and really it was a shocking result as the incumbent Terry Johnson was not reelected.
Sorry. First Alert 7's Lauren Munt took a visit to the Midland County Courthouse to get an in-depth look at how the results panned out.
By the end of the year, a new judge will occupy the county courthouse, but we don't yet know who. In May, voters will get to decide whether they want to elect Karen Hood or Jay Marquez.
A runoff election between two candidates separated by only 31 votes.
What I take from this is basically the same principle that I live my life with, and that is to run strong, do my best, and just get everybody involved that I can, get them excited about this campaign.
Jay Marquez will face Karen Hood.
We're going to focus the areas where the other two opponents may have gotten more votes in their areas, and focus on them and visit with them and just make sure they know who I am and what I'm all about in this race.
Now, as two conservatives, both Karen and Jay are running very similar campaigns. So what exactly sets them apart?
Knowledge of how the system works. I've worked for Midland County for over 20 years. I served 10 years as a tax assessor collector, and in that position, and even just working there, I understand the ins and outs of county government.
I've been, running companies, my own companies. I mean, from a very, very young age. All of my companies have been grassroots. I started from nothing, and a big spectrum of it as well. And so, when we talk about, what separates us and or differentiates us, with all due respect, I mean, I know what it is to have to meet a budget out of my own pocket.
The incumbent, Judge Terry Johnson, will not be participating in that runoff election after he only received 32% of the vote.
The reason why I ran is because I do believe it was time for a change. So I think better it happened in the primary, and Jay and I going into the runoffs is going to be a good thing for Midland.
I respect him so much because of what he's done, for our community. One of the things that he doesn't know is, I used to chaplain with the Patriot Guard because I love motorcycles, right? And so I enjoyed his work that he did with our soldiers, for our soldiers, every bit of it.
Judge Johnson will continue to serve the county through December.
I look forward to tomorrow. It's always a new day when I do that, so I'll continue doing that for the next 10 months. Again, the budget, I'll be working on the budget. we have Commissioners Court every 2 weeks. I'll still be doing the business of Midland County, and life goes on.
Now, when asked about the runoff election, Judge Johnson said that he hopes the public will educate themselves, not only on the candidates, but also the work that the county does.
You know, we've got some very, very basic responsibilities that we're tasked to do, and I feel like we need to get back to that.
My promise to the community is that I will do my best, and whenever I can't, I'll always come back and tell you why I couldn't.
We will, of course, continue to be your first alert for election results in the Permian Basin, so stick with us on air, online, and of course on social media. For now, reporting in Midland County, I'm Lauren Munt, First Alert 7 News.
Of course, we'll continue to follow that race as we approach the May 26th runoff election between Jay Marquez and Karen Hood, and as well as many other runoff elections that are expected to be happening across West Texas and the entire state. We're going to take a break now for a quick First Alert 7 news and weather update for a check of the local headlines, but also your First Alert Weather Day forecast with meteorologist Ethan Yost. So don't go anywhere. Wake Up West Texas Extra continues in just a moment. Stay with us.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Morning, everyone. Time now is 7:26 on this Thursday, Friday Eve, but it's also a First Alert Weather Day. I'm here with meteorologist Ethan Yost for a check of the forecast. Ethan, good morning.
Good morning, everybody at home, and you as well, Matthew. We are looking at a First Alert Weather Day this afternoon. That's because we are tracking isolated severe thunderstorms later this afternoon and evening. That's your first alert. Daytime highs do warm into the 80s this afternoon, so another warm one just ahead of these storms. So here's the severe weather outlook for this afternoon. We have a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk for severe weather across this dark green shaded region. So that does include the Permian Basin down into the lower Trans-Pecos. This will include the hazards of large hail and damaging winds, with the primary threat being large hail. Now, is everybody going to see severe weather? No, just very isolated instances. And you'll see that here on the Futurecast. We'll step ahead going through the late morning and early afternoon. A warm front's going to lift to the north. Dry line sets up across the western Permian Basin. And you can see very isolated storms here by about 4 o'clock. And that'll last through a good portion of the evening. Not very much storm coverage here until it really gets across the eastern Permian Basin and eventually into the Texas Hill Country by about 8 o'clock. So a short time window for those severe storms going into today. Now, we do have a First Alert Weather Day this afternoon. Strong storms with a high of 81 degrees. Friday, we clear out, mostly sunny skies, also a high of 81 degrees. Saturday and Sunday, a cooler weekend with more showers and storms. Highs back in the mid to upper 60s. Monday, back up to 77 degrees. More showers and storm chances on the way. And we'll maintain dry conditions and highs generally in the 70s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week.
Thank you, Ethan. We'll turn now to a traffic alert out of Midland, where today there will be a single-day lane closure on Wadley Avenue between Lakewood Drive and Callaway Drive to allow for road work here. This is on the north side of the old Nueva Vista Golf Course in the Grasslands neighborhood. If you travel in this area, plan on taking an alternative route. In the community now, the West Texas VA healthcare system in Big Spring is asking for your help. Officials there are needing volunteers to help serve our local veterans. Staff say volunteers assist with everything from escorting patients to appointments to helping with recreational activities. They say those extra hands don't just help with operations, they boost morale as well.
These veterans here, some of them don't have family. And I think seeing new faces within our volunteers, especially with our youth volunteers in the summer, they love telling their stories to different people. They love seeing new faces. They enjoy our staff every day, but they really love to engage with the new faces of the volunteers daily.
Volunteering is one more way the community can continue serving those who have served our country. Join us streaming now live on Wake Up West Texas Extra. You can watch us on the First Alert 7 Facebook page and YouTube channel. We'll be back in half an hour. Keep it here.
At Gray Digital Media, we develop the right message to grab attention and drive leads. with custom strategies designed to grow your brand. Trust the streaming apps you know best. Cutting-edge strategies, backed by local expertise. Connect you with customers right here in West Texas and wherever your audience is. Get results that matter to you and your business. GDM West Texas, we know local. Let's connect today. GDMWestTexas.com. Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
We are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
we track every shift, big or small. And when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Maker's map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
The cornerstone of Investigate TV is investigative journalism.
Should this be better regulated?
How big of a problem is that? We always try to give viewers a takeaway, something they can learn from a story.
Should they be revoking these certifications?
The public has a right to know.
There are things that affect our homes, that affect our families, that affect our health, that we are learning every day from these stories.
It allows us to tell the best of the best stories and show them to you every day.
I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2. From First Alert 7 News, with studios in Midland and Odessa, you're watching Wake Up West Texas.
Extra, good morning to you as we take a live look outside over North Texas. Look at that beautiful sunrise behind the Big D there over in Dallas, Fort Worth, looking great out there.
A lot of sunshine there too, a lot different from back at home. We're looking at a lot of clouds today.
We are looking at a lot of clouds here at home. You're right about that because things are changing like we saw in our forecast a moment ago. But we're glad to have you here streaming with us on Wake Up West Texas Extra on this Thursday, Friday Eve, we like to call it around here.
That's right.
We've had a lot of fun so far this morning already, and we're now getting into our West Texas Ways and polls of the morning. We have our trivia of the hour. We're about 30 minutes out from the answer to this, Ethan, because what a question it is.
Yeah, approximately how many slices of pizza do you think Americans eat per second? And we both agree that the answer is likely the highest one up there, 350.
That's what I think. I mean, we're Americans.
It's either 175 or 350. I'm going to bet on one of those two for sure.
Or we could be
I can't imagine it's
surprised.
50.
Some folks think it's 50. 5 would be just...
My family alone eats 50 slices of pizza per second, I'll say. So if we're talking about the whole country
per
here.
second.
Yes.
And obviously, yeah, we're talking like of a conglomerate of every single person on average. So it's an interesting number for sure. But 350 slices per second would be a huge number and makes, to me, a lot of sense, especially for America. Do you have a favorite pizza topping? Or combination of them?
Pepperoni is definitely my favorite, but also cheese. I'm a very classic, basic pizza guy. And here, there's a lot of different places to try, some new places to eat at. And I've tried Jersey Girl Pizza. That's got to be my favorite. Shout out to Jersey Girl Pizza.
Yes, they're very good.
New York style pizza, and that's my favorite.
They feed our team in the football season area. So yeah,
that's true.
We do love them. They're a local business. We've spoken with them many times before. We've had them live on Wake Up West Texas just a few weeks ago when they were doing their heart-shaped pizzas for Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Lauren Munt went out there live to show us how they made them. We appreciate Teak Allen Berry for letting us come out.
Definitely.
Very cool. Being able to be a part of that as well. Let's look at some other questions now. Our next poll question is, who is most likely to hibernate through the winter? Let us know by going to firstalert7.com/vote. Scan the QR code on your screen. A lot of folks think I would be the most likely to hibernate through the winter, and they're correct.
Well, if you have an answer and you want to share with us why you chose that answer, you can go ahead and comment as well on our live stream here, and we'll go ahead and take a look at that and answer.
Please do. We need comments. We want to talk to you at home. We can hear you. We can see you. We actually can't but we can at least read your comments.
Yes, exactly. So, of course, go on our poll and vote, but also comment down below and give us an explanation for your vote.
You know what would be fun? I just thought of a great mini game.
Tell me.
I know. I shouldn't be coming up with games as we're on the middle of the show. Wouldn't it be fun to guess the skyline since I have cameras and you have cameras all over the place?
That would be.
We might have
Except
to do
you
that.
would definitely win this.
You think so?
I mean, half the time I'll put up an iCam during Wake Up West Texas. You and Jacob will just know it immediately.
I guess so, because we've spent so many years doing this.
Oh, yes.
That's true.
I would not get it by any means. I would definitely be the loser here. Now, I don't know how good Sawyer is, but that might be a good game for you two.
That would be good. Well, I guess let's start off by challenging you to the first one. You get to, this one's not an easy one either, unfortunately, as we take a live look outside this morning. Over the, skyline of what city this is. Unfortunately, this is not a easy one at all. So this is going to be tough. But I can at least give you hints. Would that help?
Give me a hint.
Okay. This is going to be on the East Coast. Is that a hint? We have a gray station there. This is from our... How about this? This would be cool. Shout out. Our affiliate is WBTV in this area.
See, I don't even know that.
Okay.
It's not helping me by any means.
Right, which is kind of what I was expecting. So I was thinking maybe the letters would give it away or something, which they kind of don't.
Well, the director in my ear said Boston, so that's gonna be my guess. That's the only other one that I can think of.
This is actually Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that interesting? Charlotte, North Carolina.
I do know some people who are from Charlotte, but I have never been there myself.
That's what I was saying. Sometimes the news station's letters are not hints. Like
No, it's
WBTV, you're thinking of WBZ in Baltimore, or we said Boston. That would be WBAL.
Okay. Well, I obviously did not get this one right, and I definitely won't get any of the others right. I'm not going to be good at this game. This will be a game for you.
I think so.
I could put the iCams up and make you try to guess it.
Let's do it. Now to router 4. We're already taking a live look outside locally. So you pick a skyline of your choice. And by the way, if you want to help me in the comments, feel free. No one helped Ethan in the comments. We have to have people help a little bit here.
Yeah, we can play a game. Yeah, we can play a game with the viewers as well. If you are also tuning in right now and you see the live iCam and you want to give us your guess, you are more than welcome to do so as well.
Eventually we will run out of skylines. That's the only unfortunate part.
The thing is we have hundreds.
That's true. You have more access to cameras than I only have about 10 to 20. So that was one of the 10. We're now going to have to use that one at some point way later. I'll see if Sawyer knows that Charlotte cam, because she doesn't have access to the cameras that I do, and vice versa with me, even though I do, but I don't look at them very often.
Let's see here. Does this give me a skyline?
I'm not looking at your other computer over there, by the way. I'm not paying attention at all as I glance at it.
We are searching for a city, folks.
Some of them are not, they're kind of zoomed in on things, right? I also am familiar with things they're zoomed in on.
That's true.
I do know like certain landmarks.
Let's see.
There's this guy on TikTok and Instagram Reels and things like that that he guesses like off of the dirt and grass.
Oh yeah, the GeoGuessr?
Yes,
GeoGuessers. Oh yeah, that is just inhumane. I don't even understand how he can do that. It's got to take countless hours of time to figure out those things.
That's like me with the iCams. I'm like the GeoGuessr of iCams. Or news stations. I can pretty much tell you where, like, what news stations are where. Is that weird? That's
what I do. We're gonna go with this right here.
Okay, I'm looking over. As we look, by the way, this is Presidio. This looks beautiful out there.
2, 1, and bam.
Why did you pick such a hard one?
Because it's making it hard for you, Matthew.
Okay, let me see here. So I see a golden dome. This looks very northeast, I will say.
You are on the right track.
It looks very New England. Is this, it's very flat in the distance though. This makes me think it's Pittsburgh.
You are in close proximity.
Oh, okay, so this is actually Wilkes-Barre. I don't think this is Wilkes-Barre.
Not Wilkes-Barre.
Is it Philly?
Not Amarillo, no, Shalina.
Not Philadelphia?
Not Philadelphia.
You said I'm in close. Oh, it's Cleveland.
Nope.
Buffalo?
There you go.
Oh, I was going to guess that first
Buffalo,
two.
New York.
I had that in my mind.
Hey, you got basically no hints and still got it from scratch, so.
After naming several cities in a row.
Hey, you guessed it was northeast and all of that.
If you see any more through the hour, we'll check it out. We'll continue looking around. I'll look as well. We'll just kind of go back and forth and see who can garner the most points. We might have to make that an official little game here soon at some point. The Golden Dome definitely made me think it was possibly in Jerusalem or some sort, or Israel. But
yeah.
No, this is on the state side of things. So we'll check in for the City Skyline Tour because that actually was a really fun idea that just kind of popped in my mind.
No, I like that idea, especially if our viewers want to tune in too.
Yeah, let us know. Oh, Shalana said Amarillo?
Yeah, she did.
I've never been to Amarillo.
Neither have I.
Never have been. We have an affiliate there as well, KFDA. If you're ever in Amarillo, be sure to tune in and watch them. And also, take us with you wherever you go. Work, grocery store, you name it. You can stream us live on the First Alert 7 app. Download it. It's completely free on your app store, on your TV. You can go to the Fire Store, Roku. You have us streaming anywhere you go. Wake up and start your mornings with us on Wake Up West Texas on your TV from 5 to 7, and then Wake Up West Texas Extra from 7 to 9 every weekday morning. You can also watch us live on the First Alert 7 Facebook page, where many of you are joining us right now, but also the First Alert 7 YouTube channel as well. As the YouTubers say, like and subscribe. Leave a comment below.
Yes, exactly.
So let's talk about Taylor Swift now. We just mentioned this a little bit earlier.
That's right.
You know what a Swiftie is, but now it's getting some third-party validation. Dictionary.com is adding it to its online dictionary. The website officially defines it as, quote, a fan of the music of Taylor Swift.
So it's a word in the dictionary.
Officially.
Officially.
The singer trademarked the word actually back in 2017 and uses it on her merchandise. Dictionary.com regularly adds new words to keep up with how the English language evolves, and also added Beehive for Beyonce fans, like B-E-Y Hive. And Trekkie.
I didn't know that was one that they used for Beyonce.
That I didn't know. Yeah, Beyonce is the Beehive. Trekkie for Star Trek fans, and Janette for Jane Austen fans.
Okay.
We love Jane Austen.
Well, if you're a Swiftie fan, let us know in the comments. Me and Matthew, personally, we're kind of indifferent to Taylor Swift. We don't dislike her music by any means, especially her older music. I think what we thought was a little more catchy back in the day.
The older stuff, like growing up, yes, it definitely was a hit. Belinda says, good morning to Matthew and Ethan. Good morning.
Good morning, Belinda.
So glad to have you streaming with us this morning. We're talking about Swiftie being added to the dictionary. So that's I can always tell when Taylor Swift, like her age, just from over the years, from country star. I was just thinking this morning, like when I first heard of her, country was her thing. And for the longest time, I thought she was still country for a long time until I paid attention and realized she had switched to just pop. Not just pop, but pop. And now is the pop star of the world.
And see, I think that's another reason why I'm not huge into, again, indifferent to Taylor Swift's music is just, I'm not huge into pop. Like, pop is good, but I like the older style. Like, I'm a 70s, 80s music type of guy. Even though I obviously didn't grow up during that time period. I'm just, an oldies guy at heart, I guess.
Selena says, I have a Swiftie.
Oh, is that right?
We like the Swifties, that's true. I know many Swifties on this staff.
Oh, yeah.
I do know several Swifties on this staff for sure. Boy and girl, no matter who it is, she transcends everyone. So she's definitely very popular right now, and we saw a lot of her during the football seasons the last 2 to 3 years as well.
Yes,
Belinda says, not a fan, but don't dislike her. So kind of like what we're thinking.
Indifferent.
Indifferent. You can vote on that, by the way. Go to firstalert7.com/vote. Let's head over now to the United Kingdom, Ethan, where European brown bears delighted visitors at the largest zoo there yesterday as they played outside for the first time this year after months of winter sleep. It's a hibernation, right? Mana, Minnie, Naya, and Cinderella left their cozy beds after 3 months of hibernation, a survival skill that they've learned to preserve energy during the winter season. Footage shows the bears rolling in the grass, as you can see, and enjoying the sunshine as they get ready to forage. An innate instinct that they have despite really not needing to because, well, they live in captivity. They have food galore.
And, well, speaking of hibernation, don't we have a poll right now about who you think is
we do.
Who would hibernate during the winter?
Yes.
Between me and Matthew? Go ahead and vote on that.
Yeah, I would say I definitely would agree with 84% of the people voting. I would hibernate through wintertime. I think I have enough time off to be able to sustain a nice hibernation, so maybe next winter. Which season would you rather hibernate through? And again, winter was accurate for me because, yes, I would rather not see the wintertime. It's too dark, too cold, even for West Texas standards. I'm not used to anything below 60.
Totally understand that.
Spring and summer, I get a lot done. I go places. Fall, I'm busy at work.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Fall is my busiest season here at work. We have back to school. We have drives going on. We have so much going on in the season of fall. I could go down the list, elections and all kinds of stuff, my birthday. And so I wouldn't want to miss that.
Yeah, and I can relate with you. I would not like to be a part of winter if I could. So I would hibernate throughout the winter, and I'd love to keep spring around. Spring is my favorite season. And well, let us know what you would decide here. Obviously, go out on a poll and vote, but also comment down below why you chose that answer.
Yeah, we want to know your thoughts on that and why exactly you decided on a specific season that you would prefer to, hey, maybe skip out on because, like we said, there's a lot of different reasons for it. But if your birthday's, around Christmas time, there's also the holidays. You'd hate to miss out on those kind of holidays.
Yeah, that's very true. You would miss Christmas if you were hibernating throughout the winter.
Have you ever given thought to this? So it struck me this past Christmas that while we're celebrating, it's usually cool. It's never really cold on Christmas here. It's almost 80. I think it was 80 on Christmas here.
We have actually broke the record for the warmest Christmas just this past year.
Goodness, that's insane.
Yeah, we broke a record. It was the warmest Christmas on record last year.
So it kind of doesn't make my point very good, but it kind of, at the same time does. So I was thinking in Australia, Christmas to them growing up, meaning, they're on the beach. It's hot.
Right.
And Christmas is celebrated all around the world, of course. And just imagine celebrating Christmas. I can't imagine having a Christmas trip and it's hot, you have the AC blowing. It doesn't work for my American mind.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
Or Northern Hemisphere mind.
Well, obviously I spent Christmas this year down here and we had record temperatures, but my wife is from Brazil, and one year we went down to Brazil
south
for
of the
Christmas,
equator.
which is, right around the equator where her family is originally from. And temperatures down there were well into the 80s and 90s on Christmas Day.
And it's summer.
Yes, it's technically summertime during Christmas time, their season. And also they live just about a couple blocks from the beach too. So I had a beach time Christmas pretty much back in 2023.
That's incredible. So very fascinating. Some good perspective there for us who are used to living in the Northern Hemisphere. That, completely opposite. So Belinda says winter. That's her choice. Spring and summer are my favorite. Do not like being cold.
I totally agree with you, Belinda.
Same
Spring
here.
and summer are my favorite. Spring because of the weather. Summer because it's my birthday, and also the weather is fantastic as well. It's warm and it's hot.
August birthday?
July.
I should have just went with the first thing. Okay. July birthday. Good to know. Well, there's still a lot more to come here on Wake Up West Texas Extra.
Thanks for streaming with us. We'll be back in just 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
We are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
we track every shift, big or small. And when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Maker's map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
The cornerstone of Investigate TV is investigative journalism.
Should this be better regulated? Should I be concerned?
Do you recall when you became aware of that law?
The beauty of this show is that we have a team of reporters all across the country.
From very diverse backgrounds.
The public has a right to know.
How big of a problem is that?
Should they be revoking these certifications?
I think viewers are looking for something different, something fresh, something that feels helpful to them.
In a world full of goats.
A goat. Big Billy Goat.
We have a small goat here. Which Me TV show is the greatest of all time?
I haven't time to listen to goat stories.
Can only one goat be the goat?
The goat eats everything.
What do you know about goats? Or can more than one goat,
Folks is bound to keep goats.
be the goat?
We have a goat here.
Stupid goat. Find your greatest of all time.
A goat.
Watch on Me TV channel 30.2. Every night at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here. New tonight.
First Alert 7 News is where West Texas turns for what's happening right now.
Reporting at the First Alert desk, I'm Lauren Munt.
And what's happening next.
Well, it is a First Alert 7 weather day.
Bringing the stories important to you first.
New tonight. We'll remember we were your first alert when several
Asking the right questions and finding solutions.
Keeping your family safe just got easier.
First Alert 7 is working for you.
First Alert 7 News at 10. Now, from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's meteorologist Ethan Yost.
Well, we are starting off this Thursday morning with mostly cloudy skies and mild temperatures across the region. Temperatures generally right around 60 degrees, but then we warm up substantially back to the low 80s this afternoon. After peak heating, about late afternoon, early evening, we are tracking some isolated thunderstorms, some of which could become strong to severe. So that's really what the track is going into later this afternoon. We do have a severe weather outlook issued across West Texas this afternoon, a dark green shaded region here for isolated instances of severe weather. So only a level 1 out of 5 severe weather risk, but those hazards will include large hail and some damaging winds for any storm that does form. Is everyone going to receive severe weather? No, but ones that do see storms will have a good opportunity of seeing some severe hazards. We'll step through the futurecast and notice what happens here. We're looking at very, very isolated storm development here. Watch about 4 o'clock this afternoon. One cell develops here across the Permian Basin, but the radar's not going to look exactly like this, but it gives us a good idea on increasing coverage a little bit throughout the late evening, especially across the eastern Permian Basin and eventually as it works its way into the hill country. But by about 8 o'clock this evening, I think we'll be high and dry, so about a 4-hour time frame from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. that we could see some showers and storms. But again, not everybody is going to be under the threat of severe weather today. Now here's the next 10 days. Again, first alert weather day, 4 strong storms this afternoon, high of 81 degrees. We clear up for your Friday to end the work week, mostly sunny skies and also a high of 81 degrees. We cool down for the weekend with another set of storms on your Saturday and Sunday. Highs back to the mid to upper 60s for both of those days. Then next week, we start the week with another set of showers and storms, so a pretty active pattern over the next couple of days. But then we warm up into next week. Daytime highs back to 77 on Monday, 78 on Tuesday, and then we could be approaching the 80s by the end of the work week.
Time now for Money with Mickey. The military conflict in Iran has many investors concerned about the future of the stock market. In the 3 trading days since the action began, we have seen big swings in prices. Joining us now to discuss this is Mickey Cargill from Cargill Investments. He joins us every Thursday here on the show. Mickey, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matthew.
So I'm curious, how have stocks performed since the hostilities in Iran began last weekend?
We have seen some increased volatility. On Monday, we saw stocks drop about 3% on the opening as selling hit the market. But then during the day, the market recovered and closed unchanged. Yesterday, on Tuesday, the market fell about 2%. Yesterday, the market was back up about 1%. So overall, putting it in perspective, the market is about 1.9% off its all-time high. So the reaction has been very small overall.
So does any evidence exist about stock market behavior during such big military actions and conflicts that have happened?
Yeah, unfortunately, Matthew, there's a lot of evidence about it. During World War I and World War II, big global conflicts, the market went up during those times. For the Gulf War, 1990 to 1991, the market fell off before the conflict began, but once the first missile was fired, the stock market went up, and it was up for the year. Afghanistan, Iraq, both those times the market went up. And when we look at single event shocks, 9/11, 1 week after 9/11, the market was higher. So on average, the market goes up 1 year after a conflict begins, 12.5%. Compare that to the average market year, which is up about 8%. And the market actually does better during these conflicts than it does during peacetime.
So why exactly is there such concern over conflicts like these?
Matthew, I think a lot is the way national news is presented today. It's much more editorial than actual facts. And I think that has people scared. I think overall you just have to look at your portfolio and keep doing the same thing you're doing. If you're frightened by what's happening today, then maybe you do need to sell a little bit. But I think the fear is overblown and you should just probably sit on your hands rather than do anything else.
And so with this conflict continuing to evolve each day, with this news going on, what should investors do?
Well, I've been concerned overall. Whenever we look at the big picture of what frightens us, I'm concerned with how easily we are frightened. This country has survived many events like this: global conflict, World War I and World War II, Pearl Harbor, 9/11, but not only survived but prospered. So there's really no reason to be afraid of something like this. I think it's more just political rhetoric than it is actual fear. And so don't sell your stocks just because some event like this happened. The thing that drives stocks are earnings. What drives earnings are interest rates and inflation and innovation. Look at those things. Don't look at the global picture.
Mickey Cargill with Cargill Investments joins us every Thursday here on Wake Up West Texas. Mickey, thank you so much for your insight and advice on this.
My pleasure. Thank you, Matthew.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Morning, everyone. Time now is 7:56 on this Thursday, Friday Eve. I'm Matthew Alvarez here alongside meteorologist Ethan Yost for a check of the forecast. Ethan, good morning.
Good morning, Matthew, and you all at home. Happy Friday Eve. We are tracking the possibility of some isolated severe thunderstorms going into this afternoon. That is your first alert. We do have a first alert weather day issued as a result for any potential severe thunderstorms this afternoon. Daytime highs do warm into the low 80s, though, before any thunderstorms do develop. So let's look ahead at our severe weather outlook for this afternoon. We do have a low-end marginal risk for severe weather across the Permian Basin down into the lower Trans-Pecos for the anticipation of isolated instances of severe weather, those hazards being large hail and damaging winds. But again, not everybody is going to receive severe weather going into this afternoon, just very isolated instances. And the reason for that is storm coverage is going to be very isolated as well. We'll step ahead through the futurecast, and you'll notice that a warm front's going to lift through the north throughout the afternoon. Dry line sets up across the western Permian Basin. And here's that first storm about 4 o'clock this afternoon. As you can see, very isolated in nature, stays isolated through the mid and late evening. And I think most of that starts to pick up in coverage as it works its way into the eastern Permian Basin and the Texas Hill Country. So things look to be dying down by about 8 o'clock this afternoon. So just a short time frame for any potential severe weather. Looking ahead at your First Alert 7 10-day forecast. Today, a high of 81 degrees. Some strong storms later this afternoon and evening. Friday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 81 degrees. Back to the cooler side of things, back for the weekend, mid to upper 60s for those highs, and some remaining thunderstorm chances for through the weekend, lingering even into Monday, and then warmer temperatures for next week, highs back to the mid to upper 70s through the entire week.
We're tracking crime now near El Paso, where a high-speed chase between a suspect and Border Patrol was caught on camera. An eyewitness video shows the moment multiple patrol cars were in pursuit. The Culberson County Sheriff's Office said a man was killed after he shot at law enforcement. According to Texas DPS, the incident started after the driver sped away from the Sierra Blanca Border Patrol checkpoint after firing a gun. Multiple agencies were involved in the chase, which ended about 70 miles away in Kent, Texas at the I-20, I-10 interchange after officers performed a pit maneuver to stop the man's car. An 84-year-old man was killed in a crash along Highway 385 in Crane County on Tuesday. Texas DPS saying Darrell Harvey was driving north when he rear-ended a semi-truck that was stopped for road construction. Harvey was taken to the hospital in Odessa, where he was pronounced dead. The driver of the semi-truck was not injured. A traffic alert in Midland today where there'll be a single-lane closure on Wadley Avenue between Lakewood Drive and Callaway Drive to allow for road work. Again, this is only for one day. We'll have another check of the news and weather in half an hour. Stream live for Wake Up West Texas Extra on Facebook Live and our YouTube Live on just search at First Alert 7. Have a great day.
At Gray Digital Media, we develop the right message to grab attention and drive leads with custom strategies designed to grow your brand. Trust the streaming apps you know best. Cutting-edge strategies backed by local expertise. Connect you with customers right here in West Texas and wherever your audience is. Get results that matter to you and your business. GDM West Texas, we know local. Let's connect today. GDMWestTexas.com.
Make yourself known now. 31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on First Alert 7. And then stay tuned for First Alert 7 News at 4. Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
we are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
We track every shift, big or small. And when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Maker's map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
It's super, it's science, it's fiction.
What is it?
It's Super Sci-Fi Saturday night on MeTV. After Sven gets swept away in adventures beyond our world, promising spaceships, lasers, giants, other worlds, and robots.
I will do my part.
Super Sci-Fi Saturday night.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2. From First Alert 7 News, with studios in Midland and Odessa, you're watching Wake Up West Texas.
Extra, good morning to you. 8:01 on this Thursday, but we like to call it around here Friday Eve. We're getting closer to the weekend. We're, like we said, past the peak of the week, now into Friday Eve. Tomorrow is finally Friday, but until then, something blocking us to Friday is the threat and the small possibility of severe weather. It's one of those things that you've been tracking for a little while now. It's been very difficult to kind of nail down exactly what's going to happen. But like you were saying, it's going to be kind of one of those things where if you do see some rain, consider yourself lucky. But at the same time, if you do find yourself under one of those storms, it could be intense.
Yeah, this is a very difficult forecast, a tricky forecast. And as with basically every single severe weather event, there's always something that can go wrong. There's always caveats to the event. There's never an event where everything is right. There's never an event where there's no uncertainty. So, but this is one of the events where it's very uncertain. We're very uncertain on whether we'll receive storms, but the atmospheric conditions are very favorable for a severe storm. So if one gets going, it will be on the stronger side. So we do say that you will be lucky to receive a storm, but we don't mean that as in, you're lucky in that sense. Just
it's one of those things.
It's low chances of you actually receiving it. So you'll be one in a few that receive it. But if you do, it will likely go severe. So.
And for those who do, the biggest threat, not so much being a tornado like we always think, it's actually something else.
Yes, tornadoes are not a concern for today. It's mainly the large hail. And the thing about this event is that even though storms will be so isolated, they'll become very strong if they do develop, and we could see some isolated significant hailstones as well. Severe criteria for hailstones is about 1 inch in diameter, and when it comes to significant hail, that's 2 inch in diameter hailstones. So we could be looking at some of those in some of the storms today.
Okay, and we'll get into details on that in a little bit later. But first, we want you to take us with you wherever you go. The grocery store, work, wherever it is, we can go with you here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. We stream live from 7 to 9 every morning. And hey, you can also start your day with us on your television at home on Wake Up West Texas. But we also stream that show there as well. You can download the app for free in Roku, Fire TV. It's actually going in the bottom of the corner of the screen too. That's pretty cool. Watch us anywhere you get your news. And also add us to your connected TV, your phone or tablet. We're pretty much everywhere you go at all times, including right here where we have a lot of fun on Wake Up West Texas Extra. Belinda has a comment for you saying we definitely need some rain.
Yes, we definitely do. We have some moderate drought out there across West Texas, which I wouldn't say is atypical because we don't get a lot of rain. But it's definitely much needed, but not a drought buster by any means, like you said earlier. It could provide some relief in localized areas, but yeah, we definitely need the rain.
Yes, fingers crossed that we do get some rain, and hopefully the severe weather kind of does not come to fruition. That's the thing. We're looking at it in a positive light. If we don't get anything, let's just consider that a win.
Yes, exactly.
Because at the same time, what could have happened could have been much worse. We'll see what happens, though. Download, like we said, the First Alert 7 weather app. And also, you can watch us live on YouTube anytime right here. There's a QR code. That's where we're streaming right now. It's a quick and easy process.
Exactly.
We also want you to go to firstalert7.com/vote for our West Texas Weighs In trivia. We have the answer now for approximately how many slices of pizza Americans eat per second. I hope I'm not surprised, but at the same time, I hope I am.
Because, what was our answer, Matthew?
You and I voted 350, and so did 58% of our voters, over 175, 50, and 5 respectively.
And well, that is the right answer. 350 slices is approximately how many slices of pizza Americans eat per second. 350 slices. That's just USA right there. Classic.
USA.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like one of the top, if not the top foods in the United States.
I like that. The drawing. We have to show this. This was the work of our producer. That's excellent.
It is.
That looks like the pizza you get on cartoons whenever you dream of that kind of pizza. It's wonderful. I wish I could just eat this pizza. Other than it smells like Sharpie. I wouldn't do that, but very nice.
But yeah, the talk about pizza has been getting me hungry because we were talking about how many people eat our favorite types of pizza. We're talking about pizza places and got on the topic of Teak and Charlie's Jersey Girl pizza.
Delicious.
Yes. Now I'm hungry.
Me too, exactly. I'm very hungry indeed. So again, that poll is going to be up. It's not going to go anywhere, so we want you to be able to vote on that if you still want to, maybe you have a friend who wants to guess it later too. We won't mark it as right just yet. But of course, we also want to make sure you vote on some of our other polls that are going on across the rest of our show, which is who is most likely to hibernate through the winter. We have a story about bears who just woke up from hibernating. 86% of voters said that I would hibernate through wintertime.
Matthew's still on top, and I don't see that being a wrong answer.
No, I don't either. I mean, that's the thing is, I totally agree with that, by the way.
And Belinda said that's crazy when it comes to the pizza. I agree, Belinda. It's a very crazy statistic when it comes to how many pieces of pizza are eaten every second by
Every
Americans.
second of every day?
Yes.
Goodness. Well, we just got in our next trivia question as well for
Let's
the
see
hour.
it.
What was the first country to use paper money?
Oh, so you're making me think on this one.
I always want to go defer to China because it's such an old country.
See, what I'm
with
thinking
such a storied
of
history.
is if we're talking about like early humans, I think we're talking more like Middle East area. And so if we're thinking along those lines, I would think
currency
more
is
of
old.
like, Egypt into Turkey maybe one of those areas.
Turkey is, you're talking ancient.
Yes.
So which currency? We've had currency forever. It's just the way the world turns.
Well, I will go with Turkey as my answer. What about you?
I'm going to go with China because that's what I did that the other day as well with first country to who created ice cream. I think no, I didn't go. No, it was a different country. I can't remember. I picked China on something.
Do you know who was the answer, or what was the answer to
About
that
ice cream?
question? Yeah, the ice cream one. Who was the first?
It was China.
It was? Okay.
Yes, it was.
I did not know that.
It was China, the first country with ice cream. That's kind of why I was like, I'm deferring to China again. So I'm going to firstalert7.com/vote, that website right there, to be able to make my voice heard. And you'll see the population right there, populate on your screen. 100% being just me.
Yeah, and if you also have a reason why you chose a specific answer, let us know down in the comments. If you just know the answer because you know, maybe don't spoil it yet. But
don't Google it either, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Don't Google it. We want to make this a fun game and see if we are right. We will give you the answer to this question at the end of the hour at around 9 o'clock.
This is an interesting one, too. Are you a fan of Taylor Swift? 51% saying just straight up no.
Okay, so now
that's
we have
changed.
that above. That's the winner so far. And I guess for a lot of people, it's not necessarily they're against Taylor Swift. Just they're just not fans. They don't listen to her music, which a lot of people don't, which I understand.
Yeah. You know what I think the big reason for that is?
Why is that?
Their kids blast it too much.
Oh, that makes 100%
You kind of get tired of whatever they're listening to. I have cousins who do the same thing with, I can't even think of the songs and whatnot, but that blast it so often that you get tired of listening to it.
I've done that to myself, where I've had a favorite song for a period of time, but I go through this phase where if I like a song a lot, I will play it and play it and play it and play it, and then eventually I just get tired of it. So
yeah,
I understand.
You kind of burn yourself out on it. It's kind of like food. If you love something so much, you eat it too much, well, you burn yourself out and you probably won't like to have it again.
Plenty of times as well.
For sure, me too as well. Let's go now to our live look outside over across the country. Here's a look at certainly a type of skyline. It's a bit foggy out there. This one definitely is a little bit harder to pinpoint exactly where this is live from because I don't even see a name on it actually at all. I'm trying to figure out where this is broadcasting from.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Apparently is Michigan is what I'm
it?
seeing, but I can't exactly see where. I'm trying to decipher where this is coming from.
Well, either way, it's definitely a foggy up there, and with the fact that we have been seeing some fog across the Northeast around the ICAMs, I wouldn't be surprised if it's across the Midwest and the Northeast area.
Where it's very cold in certain parts of the area. Cold is a relative term, of course, but definitely nice as well. We want to take another live look. I'll switch the camera here before we go to our iCam feeds. It might go to a bit of a rainbow color picture here. This is going to be in a different part of the country completely, somewhere more arid, if you will, but also with higher elevation as that camera does begin to pop up here on your screen. Look at this. Beautiful view.
Oh, look at that.
This is...
is it Ruidoso?
No, I wish it was.
Like
No, unfortunately not. This is going to be Tucson, Arizona.
Okay, so a little more to the west.
Yes. Southwest, the desert Southwest there, looking beautiful to start off this morning.
Yeah, a little bit of high-level clouds out there, but a nice view with a little higher terrain. That'd be a nice way to just start the morning. Look at that view.
Not bad at all. Let's see what you're cooking up closer to home.
Yeah, here we go. Flat terrain
There
across
it is.
Fort Stockton this morning. A little bit of sunshine starting to poke through this afternoon as well, or I should say this morning, as we are seeing mostly sunny sky conditions there. But as we work our way around town, especially across the Permian Basin, we're seeing a lot more cloud cover. Here's the Big Spring ICAM, and you can see we have mostly cloudy skies there. Temperatures in the upper 50s as we speak, so relatively mild start to the day. Maybe grab a light jacket on your way out. We'll continue to go around the live iCams this morning, now over towards Midland, looking at I-20. Traffic moving smoothly, mostly cloudy skies, and temperature right around 62 degrees this morning, so a mild start there. We'll go over just off to the west in Odessa. We're also seeing some peaks of sunshine peeking through, but still mostly cloudy skies. I think we'll get a little bit of sunshine by mid-afternoon, so not totally out of the water when it comes to the sunshine later this afternoon. We'll go over to the Trans-Pecos. Here's Pecos ICAM, looking at I-20 as well. Also mostly cloudy skies, traffic moving along smoothly. And then we'll go to Presidio. Also a nice sunrise there. You can see the
beautiful
sun shining down on the landscape there. More sunshine down to our southwest. Mostly clear skies down there. So looking like a nice start to the day across West Texas.
Those clouds kind of keeping our temperatures down today.
Yes, they are. But they're not going to. But by the afternoon, though,
we're looking,
as we've been talking about, we're back to the low 80s once again.
Once again, yeah, that's the thing. It won't last for long. That shade won't be lasting through the entire day like we talked about. Speaking of the rest of our day, the threat of severe weather, it is possible for certain parts of the area. Ethan Yost will, of course, have a look at an in-depth look at the forecast and what we can expect hour by hour tonight, but also heading into the weekend because people have a lot of plans coming up this weekend as well. All that and more coming up here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. Don't go anywhere.
Every night at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here. New tonight.
First Alert 7 News is where West Texas turns for what's happening right now.
Reporting at the First Alert desk, I'm Lauren Munt.
And what's happening next.
Well, it is a First Alert 7 weather day.
Bringing the stories important to you first.
New tonight. We'll remember we were your First Alert when several
asking the right questions and finding solutions.
Keeping your family safe just got easier.
First Alert 7 is working for you.
First Alert 7 News at 10.
How can you eat this slop?
Hungry for laughs?
My mouth is tone deaf.
Then enjoy 2 helpings of humor.
Here, have some more of my pot roast.
Every weeknight. So whether it's a main dish.
Looks like some mighty good fried chicken.
Steak? Mm-hmm.
Something lighter.
Sandwiches from the mess tent.
Or just dessert.
That's an ice cream churn.
Make way for the ice cream.
Why don't we go to the mess tent? They're serving humble pie.
Get your fill of funny with Nash and Andy.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2. Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
We are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
We track every shift, big or small. And when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Maker's map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
Make yourself known now. 83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on First Alert 7. And then stay tuned for First Alert 7 News at 4. Now, from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's meteorologist Ethan Yost.
Well, happy Friday Eve to everybody at home. We are tracking some isolated severe thunderstorms going into this afternoon. That has prompted a First Alert 7 weather day. And we do have temperatures warming up this afternoon. We're looking at a high of 81 degrees locally in Midland and Odessa, but then tracking those isolated severe thunderstorms late afternoon into the early evening. So here's that severe weather outlook for this afternoon and evening. We have a low-end marginal risk, level 1 out of 5, in this dark green shaded region across the Permian Basin down into the lower Trans-Pecos. So very isolated, nothing widespread is anticipated. Not everybody will receive severe weather, but those that do see storms this afternoon will have the potential of seeing some large hail, potentially up to significant levels, and then damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. So that's the main time frame right now in the current outlook as it relates to severe weather. So we'll get a look ahead at the futurecast, time that out for you hour by hour. Starting right now, 8 o'clock, we are seeing plenty of cloud cover out there, but I think we'll start to see some breaks in the cloud cover throughout the early and mid-afternoon. That's going to promote warmer temperatures, surface heating to actually get some storms going here just ahead of the dry line. Here's our first sign of storm development at 4 o'clock this afternoon across the Permian Basin. But notice storms stay very isolated throughout the evening. They don't really start to increase in coverage till the far eastern Permian Basin and as it heads in towards the Texas Hill Country. But by then, 8 o'clock will roll around and we're already going to be high and dry. It's only about a 4-hour time window for severe thunderstorms across the region. But until then, it's going to be just mostly cloudy and a warm afternoon. So that's a time frame as it relates to severe weather right now. Looking ahead to the next 10 days, though, after today, we are tracking clearing skies going into your Friday, mostly sunny skies and a high of 81 degrees once again. Then we're tracking another active pattern for the weekend and cooler temperatures. Rain and shower chances back in the forecast Saturday and Sunday. Cooler daytime highs back to the mid to upper 60s, and we'll maintain some lingering showers and storms going into your Monday of next week, but then we're running right back up into the 70s starting Monday.
I want to take a look outside over Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania this morning. I got to show you this iCam so you can
show me.
get a look at that. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Very nice.
The river, like embedded in fog.
Yeah, that's low-lying areas getting their fog right there. Very, very dense. I mean, the visibilities down there are probably less than a quarter of a mile. Probably
Fascinating.
0.
Mm-hmm. I just saw this iCam pop up. I was like, wow, this is nice.
I've seen some similar instances happen back at home because we live in St. Louis right along the Mississippi River and Missouri River as well. And there's been plenty of mornings I'll drive over the bridge and like there's be this big cascade of dense fog just below you. And it's really interesting view. And you can, especially if you're driving along the bridge, you can kind of like see the fog on the bridge as well. It's an interesting dynamic.
Oh, can you name the skyline once again?
For this one?
Yes.
Well, it's very hard to see.
It is, which is good because this is an iconic skyline. I wanted to make it a little harder for you. You can, feel free to get up and closer. Well, I think you'll have it as soon as you get a little closer.
Looks a little rainy there. It's still.
Any features that stand out to you?
I do see that. Is this Toronto?
No, that is not the CTV tower. More domestic.
No. Oh, what are we talking about here? I forget what the city. Wait, San Francisco?
No.
I don't know.
This is Seattle. That's the Space Needle.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to see. You would have it if it was clear. It's an iconic shot there of the Space Needle. You can kind of make it out now that you know it's there. But otherwise, yes, that looks incredibly hard because, yes, that is a tower.
But
that does look like Toronto.
I'm terrible at guessing skylines.
Which makes it even better. Look at that weather there, though. I feel bad for anybody visiting. I mean, that just wouldn't be very good weather to visit in, but some folks decided to anyways. 43 degrees.
And that's where Sawyer is right now.
Right, that's why I'm throwing shade.
She's in Seattle right now. Exactly. But they were expecting rain showers. She was already expecting it before she left there, so unfortunately
she knows what she was going into.
Yeah,
yes,
she was ready for it.
She was ready for it. She prepared. She is going to enjoy a good time there in Seattle, even though the weather's a little dreary, but it's the Pacific Northwest. What do you expect?
Oh, yes.
It's always dreary there. Literally the next, I'm not kidding you, 10 days, rain.
Oh, really?
And actually snow next Tuesday.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting? I mean, every single day.
The Pacific Northwest is notorious for having a bunch of rain. Not particularly, strong storms or anything like that, but they get a lot of rain. Just very classic rain showers.
London-like.
Yes, it is.
If I had to guess, I've never been to either city, so I mean, you're coming from someone who's just stereotyping the weather. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it there.
No, that's kind of how I see things too.
Back
a little bit cooler, a little bit rainy.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm imagining if I ever visit Seattle. I would like to. That's another one on the list that I would love to go see. A nice big city like Seattle. Pacific Northwest, just in general, where you can see mountains right behind the city. I mean, just incredible.
Oh, I know.
To see, what is it, Mount St. Helen in Washington State?
I think so, yeah.
Somewhere around there.
But yeah, I haven't even been west of the Rockies. So
what's the furthest west you have been?
Here.
Truly? Okay.
Here.
Interesting.
Yeah, the farthest west I've gone is here. And actually the first time ever visiting Texas was here.
Wow.
When I came to visit the station. I haven't really gone much farther west than this. I mean, at all.
Okay.
My whole life. So.
Something to work on, I guess, as well. I mean, same here. The furthest west I've ever gone is Odessa. Well, that's not true. I think when I was 6, I went to El Paso. I haven't been to El Paso since then, so we'll consider it El Paso. Yeah. But never out any further than that. I've been to Ruidoso, New Mexico. But I'm same with you. I haven't gone much further west, but I have been east, all the way to the East Coast. Have you been further all the way out to the East Coast?
Out to the East Coast. I've been to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I also went to, what was it called? Not quite the East Coast, but Eastern Tennessee, close enough.
Oh, that's somewhere I'd like to go. You mentioned the Smoky Mountains.
The Smoky Mountains. Mm-hmm. And then I've been to East Coast of Florida.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. I went to the Panhandle of Florida. My only visit was not to the true peninsula.
Yes.
But boy, what an experience that was. Went to Destin and Pensacola.
Yeah, a lot of the time my family likes to go to Panama City, which is
Panama City
down
nearby.
The road from Destin.
Exactly, yes. Wonderful. That part of Florida actually is a great, great spot to be able to go enjoy the beach. Nice and sandy. Just as nice as any other place in Florida, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, they're always known for their, what they call very soft sand. Their sand is very silky,
it was
smooth.
Wonderful.
It's not like that really crunchy or like, what do you call it, shell infused like.
Where it's hard.
Yeah, it's very soft and powdery. That's the word I was looking for.
Powdery.
Powdery, and very nice waters too, very clear.
I can attest to that. I've actually seen that in person. Very true. Very, very true indeed. We're talking now about the primary elections that were held Tuesday night. What a race it was for Midland County Judge, where surprising results came out of it that voters decided not to re-elect incumbent Judge Terry Johnson.
First Alert 7's Lauren Munt took a visit to the Midland County Courthouse to get an in-depth look at how the results pinned out.
By the end of the year, a new judge will occupy the county courthouse, but we don't yet know who. In May, voters will get to decide whether they want to elect Karen Hood or Jay Marquez. A runoff election between two candidates separated by only 31 votes.
What I take from this is basically the same principle that I live my life with, and that is to run strong, do my best, and just get everybody involved that I can, get them excited about this campaign.
Jay Marquez will face Karen Hood.
We're going to focus the areas where the other two opponents may have gotten more votes in their areas, and focus on them and visit with them and just make sure they know who I am and what I'm all about in this race.
Now, as two conservatives, both Karen and Jay are running very similar campaigns. So what exactly sets them apart?
Knowledge of how the system works. I've worked for Midland County for over 20 years. I served 10 years as a tax assessor collector, and in that position, and even just working there, I understand the ins and outs of county government.
I've been, running companies, my own companies. I mean, from a very, very young age. All of my companies have been grassroots. I started from nothing, and a big spectrum of it as well. And so, when we talk about, what separates us and or differentiates us, with all due respect, I mean, I know what it is to have to meet a budget out of my own pocket.
The incumbent, Judge Terry Johnson, will not be participating in that runoff election after he only received 32% of the vote.
The reason why I ran is because I do believe it was time for a change. So I think better it happened in the primary, and Jay and I going into the runoffs is going to be a good thing for Midland.
I respect him so much because of what he's done, for our community. One of the things that he doesn't know is, I used to chaplain with the Patriot Guard because I love motorcycles, right? And so I enjoyed his work that he did with our soldiers, for our soldiers, every bit of it.
Judge Johnson will continue to serve the county through December.
I look forward to tomorrow. It's always a new day when I do that, so I'll continue doing that for the next 10 months. Again, the budget, I'll be working on the budget. We have Commissioners Court every 2 weeks. I'll still be doing the business of Midland County, and life goes on.
Now, when asked about the runoff election, Judge Johnson said that he hopes the public will educate themselves, not only on the candidates, but also the work that the county does.
We've got some very, very basic responsibilities that we're tasked to do, and I feel like we need to get back to that.
My promise to the community is that I will do my best, and whenever I can't, I'll always come back and tell you why I couldn't.
We will, of course, continue to be your first alert for election results in the Permian Basin, so stick with us on air, online, and of course on social media. For now, reporting in Midland County, I'm Lauren Munt, First Alert 7 News.
Definitely an interesting race there. We'll be following up on that runoff election coming up on May 26th. You won't want to miss it. You can, of course, find the latest election results at FirstAlert7.com. But now for our First Alert 7 news and weather update for our TV viewers on CBS. Stay with us here on Wake Up West Texas Extra.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Morning, everyone. Time now is 8:25 on this Thursday, Friday Eve. Good to have you with us. I'm Matthew Alvarez here alongside meteorologist Ethan Yost for a check of the forecast on this First Alert weather day. Ethan, good morning.
Good morning, and to everybody at home. Yeah, we do have a First Alert weather day this afternoon for the anticipation of some isolated severe thunderstorms across portions of West Texas. Daytime highs this afternoon are going to be rather warm once again. We're looking at a high of 81 degrees for the Midland Odessa area. Also keep in mind we'll see some breezy winds throughout the day out of the southward direction at about 20 to 25 miles per hour. But here's the severe weather outlook for this afternoon and evening. We have a low end level 1 out of 5 severe weather risk in the dark green shaded region. This does include portions of the Permian Basin down into the lower Trans-Pecos. Now again, it's very isolated, so not everybody's going to receive severe weather today, but those that do see a storm, those hazards will be large hail, potentially up to significant levels, and damaging winds. But again, very low end threat, and not everybody's going to receive severe weather. Let's get a look ahead of the futurecast and time that out for you hour by hour. This is the current time right now. Plenty of cloud cover out there, and a surface warm front is going to gradually lift to the north throughout the day, clearing those skies throughout the afternoon. We'll see some peaks of sunshine by about 4 o'clock, and also our first signs of storm development across the Permian Basin here at about 5 o'clock. That'll continue expanding coverage throughout the late evening and early overnight, eventually spreading east into the Texas Hill Country by about 8 o'clock, so about a 4 to 5 hour time window for severe thunderstorms this evening. Now looking ahead to your First Alert 7 10-day forecast, looking ahead to Friday, 81 degrees once again, mostly sunny skies, and then we're tracking a series of more rain chances Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Look at those temperatures for the weekend, highs back to the mid-60s, and then we warm right back up into the 70s by Monday of next week.
Ethan, thank you very much. We'll begin tracking crime this morning near El Paso, where a high-speed chase between a suspect and Border Patrol was caught on camera yesterday. An eyewitness video shows the moments multiple patrol cars were in pursuit. The Culberson County Sheriff's Office said a man was killed after he shot at law enforcement. According to Texas DPS, the incident started after the driver took off from the Sierra Blanca Border Patrol checkpoint after firing a gun. Multiple agencies were involved in this chase, which ended about 70 miles away in Kent, Texas. That's at the I-20, I-10 corridor, after officers performed a pit maneuver to stop the man's car. An 84-year-old man was killed in a crash along Highway 385 in Crane County on Tuesday. Texas DPS saying Daryl Harvey was driving north when he rear-ended a semi-truck that was stopped for a road construction. Harvey was taken to Medical Center Hospital in Odessa, where he was later pronounced dead. The driver of the semi-truck was not hurt. The city of Odessa mourning the loss of Mayor David Turner. He served as City of Odessa mayor from 2012 to 2020 and helped to shape the city. This is video of Turner at an event back in 2024. Current Mayor Odessa Mayor Cal Hendrick released a statement saying that Turner was a man of integrity, vision, and tireless service to the city and will be remembered for generations to come. Mayor Hendrick added that he will remember David Turner as a dedicated public servant, but also as a friend and champion for our community. He also asked that you keep his family in your thoughts and prayers during this difficult time. In the community, the West Texas VA healthcare system asking for your help. In Big Spring, they're in need of volunteers to help serve local veterans. They say that they will assist with everything from escorting patients to appointments to helping with recreational activities. They say those extra hands don't just help operations, they boost morale too.
These veterans here, some of them don't have family. And I think seeing new faces within our volunteers, especially with our youth volunteers in the summer, they love telling their stories to different people. They love seeing new faces. They enjoy our staff every day, but they really love to.
So be sure to volunteer if you can. We'll see you in half an hour. Keep it here on First Alert 7.
At Great Digital Media, we develop the right message to grab attention and drive leads with custom strategies designed to grow your brand. Trust the streaming apps you know best. Cutting-edge strategies backed by local expertise. Connect you with customers right here in West Texas and wherever your audience is. Get results that matter to you and your business. GDM West Texas, we know local. Let's connect today. GDMWestTexas.com. Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
we are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
We track every shift, big or small, and when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Maker's map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
The cornerstone of Investigate TV is investigative journalism.
Should this be better regulated?
How big of a problem is that? We always try to give viewers a takeaway, something they can learn from a story.
Should they be revoking these certifications?
The public has a right to know.
There are things that affect our homes, that affect our families, that affect our health, that we are learning every day from these stories.
It allows us to tell the best of the best stories and show them to you every day.
I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.
Watch on MeTV channel 30.2. At Gray Digital Media, we develop the right message to grab attention and drive leads with custom strategies designed to grow your brand. Crush the streaming apps you know best. Cutting-edge strategies backed by local expertise. Connect you with customers right here in West Texas and wherever your audience is. Get results that matter to you and your business. GDM West Texas, we know local. Let's connect today. GDMWestTexas.com. Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
We are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
we track every shift, big or small. And when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Maker's map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the From First Alert 7 News, with studios in Midland and Odessa, you're watching Wake Up West Texas.
Extra, good morning to you, 8:32 on this Thursday, Friday Eve. I'm joined now by a couple of special guests from the city of Odessa. You've probably seen Daniel Gutierrez before, the recreation superintendent for the city of Odessa. But we have here Jathan Escontrillas from Solid Waste Division. Thank you so much for coming out today.
Sure, of course.
Appreciate having you both for a couple of different things that are going on within the city. Daniel, we'll start with you.
Yeah, we got recreational and competitive volleyball coming up starting the 17th and the 19th of this month. Registration runs up until next week. It costs $125 per team.
Okay.
And it's a couple-week league, and we just want to invite everyone to come out and have a good time.
It's going to be a great time, like you mentioned, for everyone who wants to get involved. And so how can someone sign up for that?
So they would go to our website, and we've got registration right there, or you can go to our Facebook, and we've got the link there as well.
That's wonderful. So a quick and easy process to be able to sign up for this wonderful event. When someone shows up, what can they expect?
A lot of competition, a lot of fun. A lot of people, what they say they enjoy is just meeting new people, having friends, and just, having some time to de-stress from work or, show off their skills.
That's wonderful. I think it's been a great time, like you mentioned. Why do you think that's important for your department to organize?
I think it's really important because it gives the community a good and healthy way to de-stress, like I said, and just, meet new people, increase social activities throughout the city.
And I think something to note about a lot of these events that you do throughout the year, it's for people of all disciplines. If you're new to the sport, if you're a pro, it fits for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we split it up to have 2 leagues, recreationals for, just going out there having fun with your friends. Competitive is, for the most experienced players that want to be more competitive, like I said.
Are you good at volleyball?
I'm not.
I'm not either.
That's why I organize it, not play it.
Not play it. What about you? I'm curious.
I'm good at everything.
Are you? I was like, really? Wow.
I'm terrible at volleyball.
That's wonderful. And so can you talk about also your event as well?
Yeah, so we have the first bulky item drop-off of the season. We do these every year. We have 5 posted so far. The first one will be this weekend, Saturday, from 8 to 12, and it's going to be off of Crossby Ranch Road, just past King Ranch Road by the community pool. So we set up, we usually have about 4 trucks. You'll see the flags. We're ready to accept all the bulky items that normally we would accept at the Keep Odessa Beautiful facility. We're just trying to find ways to bring it closer to your home that we don't have to travel so far.
Correct me if I'm wrong, this is the newer neighborhood up in the northeast part of town, kind of Idea, Yukon area, that kind of part of the city?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So that neighborhood there is where they can go. Are there things that people are not allowed to bring that they should keep in mind?
Yeah, we don't accept tires. We won't be accepting tree limbs at this event, but you can take those to the facility at the same hours. Any paints, oils, chemicals, same thing that we normally wouldn't take at the facility, we won't take at these events.
That's wonderful. And it is, again, for bulky items. It's something the city of Odessa prioritizes to keep our city looking great. Would you say that's the mission behind this?
Yes, sir, absolutely. We've had a huge illegal dumping problem these past several years, and we're just looking to make sure we provide those resources to the public to make sure you do have a way of disposing these items for free. Don't have to go to the landfill.
If someone has questions about something that they're wondering about, are there someone they can reach out to? Is there a department they can call?
For sure, they can call my department, Solid Waste, at 368-3510, and we'll be happy to answer or keep up to date on Facebook.
That's wonderful. Can you go over event details one more time for the solid waste drop-off? Or
For sure. It's going to be this weekend, Saturday, from 8 to 12 in the Parksville Ranch area off of Crosby Road.
Wonderful. And Daniel, your event as well, the volleyball competition going on.
Yeah, our league registration ends next Friday, and then league starts the following Tuesday and Thursday.
All right, so coming up very soon. Be sure and get in on both of those, especially bulky item and volleyball events happening across the city of Odessa. There's always something going on, so we appreciate you both coming and taking time to talk to us about it today.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you.
Thank you both very much. And we have a lot more Wake Up West Texas Extra right after this quick break. Stay with us.
At Gray Digital Media, we develop the right message to grab attention and drive leads with custom strategies designed to grow your brand. Trust the streaming apps you know best. Cutting-edge strategies backed by local expertise. Connect you with customers right here in West Texas and wherever your audience is. Get results that matter to you and your business. GDM West Texas, we know local. Let's connect today. GDMWestTexas.com. Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
We are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
we track every shift, big or small. And when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Maker's map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
The cornerstone of Investigate TV is investigative journalism.
Should this be better regulated?
How big of a problem is that?
We always try to give viewers a takeaway, something they can learn from a story.
Should they be revoking these certifications?
The public has a right to know.
There are things that affect our homes, that affect our families, that affect our health, that we are learning every day from these stories.
And it allows us to tell the best of the best stories and show them to you every day.
I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2. Now, from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's meteorologist Ethan Yost.
Well, it is a mild start to the day with mostly cloudy skies, but we are looking at some changes first thing this afternoon. Here are those current temperatures across the region as we speak, and we're seeing temperatures generally from the 40s to the 60s across most locations. Also, plenty of cloud cover out there, but again, plenty of sunshine by the afternoon hours will warm up temperatures back to the low 80s. Here's satellite and radar view across the state. Plenty of cloud cover across the western half of the state, but clearing skies across the eastern two-thirds of the state. Looks like some showery development trying to get going across the Rio Grande river valley down there, but overall things don't look to be on the uptick until later this afternoon and evening. We do have a low end marginal threat for severe weather this afternoon, an isolated threat. Areas in the dark green shaded region are in the threat for possible severe weather. This does include the Permian Basin down into the lower Trans-Pecos, but again, not everybody's going to receive severe weather because storms are going to be fairly isolated, but ones that do form will have the threat of potentially producing large hail up to quarter size, possibly above that as well, and damaging winds up to 50 to 60 miles per hour. Here's a look ahead at the Futurecast, and notice again, very isolated storms are expected later this afternoon. You'll notice that here on the Futurecast. Plenty of clearing this afternoon, helping us warm up by about 4 o'clock. First signs of storm development here by about 4 or 5 o'clock across the Permian Basin. Looks to increasing coverage just a tad going into about 6, 7 o'clock across the eastern Permian Basin before it filters out across the Texas Hill Country and northwest Texas by about 8, 9 o'clock this evening. So a short time window of severe weather on the way. But as we get closer to tonight, we'll have better details on exact timing. Now looking ahead of the next 10 days. Today, again, first alert weather day for those strong storms, a high of 81 degrees. Friday, clearing skies with a high of 81 degrees once again. Then a cooler weekend on the way. Highs back to the mid to upper 60s and maintaining showers and storms both Saturday and Sunday. We'll have some lingering storm chances into Monday, but then we warm right back up into the mid 70s, and we'll maintain 70s in the forecast all the way through next week.
Time now for Money with Mickey. The military conflict in Iran has many investors concerned about the future of the stock market. In the 3 trading days since the action began, we have seen big swings in prices. Joining us now to discuss this is Mickey Cargill from Cargill Investments. He joins us every Thursday here on the show. Mickey, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matthew.
So I'm curious, how have stocks performed since the hostilities in Iran began last weekend?
We have seen some increased volatility. On Monday, we saw stocks drop about 3% on the opening as selling hit the market. But then during the day, the market recovered and closed unchanged. Yesterday, on Tuesday, the market fell about 2%. Yesterday, the market was back up about 1%. So overall, putting it in perspective, the market is about 1.9% off its all-time high. So the reaction has been very small overall.
So does any evidence exist about stock market behavior during such big military actions and conflicts that have happened?
Yeah, unfortunately, Matthew, there's a lot of evidence about it. During World War I and World War II, big global conflicts, the market went up during those times. For the Gulf War, 1990 to 1991, the market fell off before the conflict began, but once the first missile was fired, the stock market went up, and it was up for the year. Afghanistan, Iraq, both those times the market went up. And when we look at single event shocks, 9/11, 1 week after 9/11, the market was higher. So on average, the market goes up 1 year after a conflict begins, 12.5%. Compare that to the average market year, which is up about 8%. And the market actually does better during these conflicts than it does during peacetime.
So why exactly is there such concern over conflicts like these?
Matthew, I think a lot is the way national news is presented today. It's much more editorial than actual facts. And I think that has people scared. I think overall you just have to look at your portfolio and keep doing the same thing you're doing. If you're frightened by what's happening today, then maybe you do need to sell a little bit. But I think the fear is overblown and you should just probably sit on your hands rather than do anything else.
And so with this conflict continuing to evolve each day with this news going on, what should investors do?
Well, I've been concerned overall. Whenever we look at the big picture of what frightens us, I'm concerned with how easily we are frightened. This country has survived many events like this: global conflict, World War I and World War II, Pearl Harbor, 9/11, but not only survived but prospered. So there's really no reason to be afraid of something like this. I think it's more just political rhetoric than it is actual fear. And so don't sell your stocks just because some event like this happened. The thing that drives stocks are earnings. What drives earnings are interest rates and inflation and innovation. Look at those things. Don't look at the global picture.
Mickey Cargill with Cargill Investments joins us every Thursday here on Wake Up West Texas. Mickey, thank you so much for your insight and advice on this.
My pleasure. Thank you, Matthew.
Good advice there from Mickey Cargill. Well, thank you so much for streaming with us here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. We've had a lot of fun for this entire hour, the hour and a half, really. It's almost over already. Hard to believe.
I know it. We talked a lot about what's been going on with the weather and also with elections going on all around to the polls. So we've talked about a whole lot today.
Definitely we have. And we also have news across the nation we want to get to as well, where a war powers resolution really didn't make it very far in Washington.
And the Brady Bunch are back in the headlines. CBS's Jesse Mitchell has a look at some of today's top stories.
Senators failed to pass a war powers resolution Wednesday. Backed by Senate Democrats, the act sought to block President Trump from using further military force against Iran amid ongoing questions about the justification for the attacks. The debate in Congress comes as the U.S. continues to strike Iran, including with the use of submarines. On Wednesday, a U.S. submarine sank an Iranian ship, marking the first time a U.S. submarine has used a torpedo to sink a warship since World War II. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem appeared before the House Judiciary Committee Wednesday, where she defended her recent actions related to the Trump administration's crackdown on immigration. Noem refused to apologize for labeling Minnesota residents Renee Good and Alex Preddy domestic terrorists. Good and Preddy were fatally shot by federal agents in the streets of Minneapolis earlier this year during anti-ICE protests. And here's the story of a newly landmarked house. On Wednesday, the Los Angeles City Council designated the Brady Bunch House, which served as the setting of the iconic television series, as an historic cultural monument and granted the structure landmark protections. The landmark status protects the home from future demolition or major renovations. Those are some of the day's top stories. Jesse Mitchell, CBS News, New York.
Let's turn now to your health headlines, where eating ultra-processed foods may negatively impact the behavior and emotional development of kids. A study in Canada found that 3-year-olds who ate more ultra-processed foods had more behavioral and emotional problems at the age of 5. The study found nearly half of what preschoolers eat can be classified as ultra-processed.
There's room for improvement when kids need care at the emergency room. That's according to a new study published in the Annals of Emergency Medicine, and which documented gaps in training and coordination of care before young patients even reach the hospital. Researchers surveyed more than 7,000 EMS agencies in all 50 states and found just 38% have a dedicated pediatric emergency care coordinator responsible for improving care for kids and making sure ambulances have the specific equipment and medicine they need.
Well, look at this. Air pollution from wildfires is linked to a higher level of strokes. A study of the 2023 Canadian wildfires found that exposure to smoke in New Jersey not only increased the number of strokes, but also made strokes more severe. The study found the effects of exposure to wildfire smoke can take a few days to impact our bodies.
And a spoonful of sugar may be an effective medicine to help babies with pain. A Cochrane review found that when newborns have to undergo painful blood draws, having just a few drops of sweet sugar solution beforehand can help reduce the pain. The study's authors say this may be a safe, low-cost solution for parents to provide pain relief for their infants.
Next time I have a headache, I'm just going to grab a spoonful of sugar.
Right.
Maybe that'll help out. Well, look at this. The financial tech company Block announced it is cutting its staff by 40% and says AI, artificial intelligence, will now handle the work instead. This is literally someone's worst nightmare.
It is.
The computers are taking over. In a letter to shareholders, co-founder Jack Dorsey said Block will... Jack Dorsey? Didn't he found Twitter?
Is that who it is?
I believe so. That's interesting. No, does it mentioned in here at all? I don't think so. Jack Dorsey was the founder of Twitter, but now he's founded Block, which will lay off more than 4,000 people and will reduce its workforce to just under 6,000 people. Dorsey predicts that other companies will follow suit. I hope not. Block was founded in 2009 and is the company behind Square, Cash App, and Afterpay. Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The cuts come as AI reshaping jobs across the tech sector and raising concerns about future jobs in the industry. The companies like Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, and Verizon have all made sweeping cuts over the past year, in part because of AI.
And Apple is launching its cheapest MacBook ever. The Neo starts around $600 and runs off a chip similar to the one in the iPhone 16 Pro. It has a smaller screen and less memory than other models and comes in new colors like this citrus yellow.
What an incredibly low price for a Mac. I mean, the previous lowest price Mac was $1,100 for reference.
Oh, so
almost
that's
double.
Nearly half that price.
This is fascinating. It's an aluminum body. It allows them more colors, though. As you can tell, there's quite a few color options here. The paint bonds better to an aluminum frame, and so that's what this computer has. You also lose things like the dynamic island. It now has a bevel around the whole thing. So that's a small downgrade, if you will, if you consider it.
Smaller screen, too.
Smaller screen. And it's going to be good for the normal day-to-day web browsing, things like that. You're not going to edit videos and whatnot. But you definitely can get some work done on this. I think it's fascinating that Apple's trying to understand the current economic climate. They realize that people can't afford $1,000+ computers, and people who need it for school, students,
If it's been on your wish list, this is definitely now the time to go and purchase one.
For sure, because at least they have this now option for those who may be looking for a more budget-friendly option. Southwest Airlines, meanwhile, says it is addressing concerns about its new boarding process. Some passengers say it's quite hard to find bin space now, given new baggage fees and assigned seats. In an email to customers, Southwest says it's revamping its boarding process for traffic flow. It's also upgrading to larger storage and offering labeled bins to customers who pay extra. The airline says it's open to future tweaks, but says its new business model is going well pretty overall. I have yet to fly on their new system. We have to pick a seat.
When did this go into effect?
February, this past month.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say because back before when last time I flew with Southwest, and I didn't, get to choose my
select the seat. Yes, yeah, it just barely started. So within the last month or two, they've launched all these the changes, and so might be something to look out for. I'm curious what problems they've already been seeing with as far as the bin space, because there's only so many people on the plane. I wonder what the deal is with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the motivating factor was behind actually doing that, because I know other airlines give you the option to choose your seat.
To choose your seat, yes.
And I guess now they're following suit, so I'm not sure.
I did look, and if you're a card member, you get to have the free
That's true.
upgrade or pick your seat, because apparently you can go to the option where they just put you wherever.
Yes.
Which is like a lot of what other airlines are doing as well. So they definitely faced some backlash, though, last year or the year before when they announced all these sweeping changes. So I'm curious how customers are going to take it now. They're tweaking, and so they're taking feedback, which is the good news here.
Yes, it's true.
But at the same time, it's one of those things where they're kind of having to adjust with the times because they're facing financial challenges and hurdles, just like all the other airlines as well. For the first time going negative, starting with COVID in their entire history,
really
not making a profit. So kind of having to adjust because of that.
That makes sense. If you have to, even though Southwest is an airline, it's also a business and
it
has
is
to make money to some extent. So they have to evolve. And at least the good thing is as they evolve, they're listening to the people and trying to find solutions to problems in other ways.
Exactly. They're working it out in ways that they are able to. So I'll be booking a flight in the next 24 hours or so. I'll be able to get an idea of how the process looks and see what that looks like as well. Getting an actual real world test as I get in there, check out the assigned seats, because they actually have seats with more leg room.
Oh,
is it worth it? I don't know. I don't know if I'll do that.
It depends, I guess, on how long your flight is.
Right.
For an hour flight,
maybe not.
It is what it is. I'm already kind of used to that. But if it's across the country, you might want that extra leg room.
Exactly.
I would at least.
Well, we're going to take a quick 3-minute break. We'll be right back after this.
Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
We are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
we track every shift, big or small. And when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Makers map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
The cornerstone of Investigate TV is investigative journalism.
Should this be better regulated? Should I be concerned?
Do you recall when you became aware of that law?
The beauty of this show is that we have a team of reporters all across the country.
From very diverse backgrounds.
The public has a right to know. How big of a problem is that?
Should they be revoking these certifications?
I think viewers are looking for something different, something fresh, something that feels helpful to them.
In a world full of goats.
A goat. Big Billy Goat.
We have a small goat here. Which Me TV show is the greatest of all time?
I haven't time to listen to goat stories.
Can only one goat be the goat?
The goat eats everything.
What do you know about goats? Or can more than one goat,
Folks is bound to keep goats.
be the goat?
We have a goat here.
Stupid goat. Find your greatest of all time.
A goat.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2. Every night at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here. New tonight.
First Alert 7 News is where West Texas turns for what's happening right now.
Reporting at the First Alert desk, I'm Lauren Munt.
And what's happening next.
Well, it is a First Alert 7 weather day.
Bringing the stories important to you first.
New tonight. We'll remember we were your first alert when several
Asking the right questions and finding solutions.
Keeping your family safe just got easier.
First Alert 7 is working for you.
First Alert 7 News at 10. From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Morning, everyone. Time now is 8:55. I'm Matthew Alvarez here alongside meteorologist Ethan Yost on a First Alert weather day. Ethan, good morning. How's it looking outside?
Good morning, Matthew. Yeah, it's looking like a nice start to the day, but yes, we have been your first alert on this storm system that's rolling through later this afternoon and evening. That is your first alert for this afternoon. Isolated thunderstorms are possible with the threat of some severe weather. Only isolated instances of that, very conditional risk. And then we're looking at a continuation of more storm chances into this weekend. That'll bring with it some cooler temperatures finally. So here's the current severe weather outlook for this afternoon and evening. We do have a low end level 1 out of 5 severe weather risk across this dark green shaded region. So this does include portions of the Permian Basin down into the lower Trans-Pecos. But again, not everybody in the dark green shaded region is going to receive severe weather because storms are going to be very, very isolated. But ones that do form and move over a certain area will have the potential of producing large hail, potentially up to significant levels, and some damaging winds in some cases. So here's the future cast. Cloud and rain loop, and throughout the rest of the morning we're looking at a warm front that's going to gradually lift to the north, gradually clearing those skies into the mid-afternoon. That's going to help promote storm chances by about 4 or 5 o'clock across the Permian Basin, gradually increasing in coverage across the eastern Permian Basin through the evening. And by the late evening, I think most of that starts to move out. Here's 8 o'clock. It now looks like most of the activity is off in the Texas Hill Country across northwest Texas. So short time window on the way. And again, not everybody is going to receive severe weather, even rain for that matter. Looking ahead at the next 10 days after today, we clear out for your Friday. Highs back to the 80s, mostly sunny. Cooler weekend with highs back to the mid to upper 60s, and then we'll maintain those rain chances Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of next week.
Ethan, thank you very much. We're going to begin tracking crime this morning near El Paso, where a high-speed chase between a suspect and Border Patrol was caught on camera yesterday. An eyewitness video shows the moments multiple patrol cars were in pursuit. The Culberson County Sheriff's Office said a man was killed after he shot at law enforcement. According to Texas EPS, the incident started after the driver sped away from the Sierra Blanca Border Patrol checkpoint after firing a gun. Multiple agencies were involved in this chase, which came to an end around 70 miles away in Kent, Texas at the I-20, I-10 corridor change, where they performed a pit maneuver to stop the chase. An Ector County jury found Cameron Williams here guilty of 4 counts of sexual assault of a child. The case began in July of 2024 when officers were dispatched to a call regarding a suicidal individual. When they got there, they made contact with the victim's mother, who had discovered that her 15-year-old daughter was involved in a relationship with Williams, a 30-year-old family friend at the time. Initially, Williams denied having any sexual contact with the victim, but ultimately admitted to the inappropriate relationship. Down in Terrell County, a deputy helped find an undocumented immigrant who called 911 after being left behind in a remote area. According to the sheriff's office, a dispatcher guided the caller through finding his own GPS coordinates on his cell phone after the 911 system failed to find his location. Once deputies were able to find his location, they responded and apprehended the 28-year-old man from Veracruz, Mexico. He was turned over to Sanderson Border Patrol. An 84-year-old man was killed in a crash along Highway 385 in Crane County Tuesday. DPS saying Daryl Harvey was driving north when he rear-ended a semi-truck that was stopped for road construction. Harvey was taken to the Medical Center Hospital in Odessa, where he was later pronounced dead. The driver of the semi-truck was not hurt. A traveler out of Midland, where there's a single-day lane closure on Wadley between Lakewood Drive and Callaway Drive to this area, so be sure and avoid it if you can. We'll have another check of the news and weather later on for First Alert 7 News at noon with Jacob Brandenburg and meteorologist Ethan Yost. Tune in there and make it a great Thursday. We are back now with a look at our Wake Up West Texas Extra trivia question of the morning. What was the first country to use paper money? The options were China, Egypt, Turkey, and Greece. China taking 45% of the vote, with Turkey 33%. I voted China.
Well, I got the answer for you, Matthew. And I got some news for you. You were correct about China.
Really? Okay,
yes.
There we go.
Yes, China was the first country.
Okay, yeah. To be able to do that. Okay, well, wonderful. Good to know there. I kind of figured they're just such a historic country. Oh, look, the Chinese flag as well. We like to see that.
From our lovely producer.
Yes, we appreciate the producer for being able to use his art like this. Look at that. China wins. There we go. All right, we'll have more questions, more trivia and a lot more, of course, every morning here on Wake Up West Texas Extra from 7 to 9 a.m. Make it a great Thursday, and also keep an eye out for severe weather this evening. Important.
Yes, keep your eye on the sky this afternoon, y'all. Be safe.
Yes, make it a great day.